Well, now that we have discussed the various personal branding techniques used by Elon Musk at length, it is time to focus on how these helped Tesla become the company it is today. Mr. Musk's companies have benefited greatly from the public profile he has created around them and his persona. Yes, there have been a few exceptions, and in certain situations the added publicity might have been a bit harmful. Remember the Joe Rogan podcast, or the 420 tweet. But in general, I doubt that any analyst out there would argue that Elon Musk's public presence has not played a major role in Tesla's success so far. Our goal for this video is to discuss 4 ways in which Tesla has benefited from its rockstar CEO. Ready? Okay, let's start. First off, when the company went public in 2010, Elon Musk's public profile helped Tesla attract investors and raise a significant amount of capital. Back then, Tesla was a startup auto producer. Its financials in 2009 looked like this: $112 million of revenue, $103 million cost of revenue, and $61 million of operating expenses, making for an overall net loss of $55 million. Moreover, as Elon Musk frequently points out, the only U.S. auto producer that has not filed for bankruptcy, besides Tesla, is Ford. Therefore, it is understandable why venture capital, private equity, asset management, and retail investors have been traditionally reluctant to invest in startup auto producers. Huge amounts of working capital, CapEx, and R&D are needed to make a company from this industry a global competitor. And without doing this, there is little chance of an auto producer surviving. A disadvantage to Tesla was that in 2010, very few people saw electric vehicles as a true substitute for traditional cars in the short and mid-term. Despite all of this, in May 2010, Tesla managed to attract an investment of $50 million from the Toyota Motor Company. And in June 2010, the company raised an additional $226 million in its initial public offering. This gave the tiny auto producer a valuation of around $2 billion. Elon Musk's role as a CEO was a big reason why investors started paying attention. His strong leadership and successful track record with Zip2, PayPal, and SpaceX is one of the most important attributes professional investors are interested in. So, that's one way Elon Musk's popularity helped. He managed to circumvent investors' unwillingness to invest in startup auto producers. Great! We can now continue with number 2 on our list, building a loyal customer base. Over the years, Elon Musk's public appearances have helped introduce Tesla to millions of people around the world. As a result of his masterful brand storytelling abilities, many of them became engaged followers. Tesla is a company that is constantly in the news, and this keeps people involved, interested, and curious. But how can such a massive brand following be helpful for the company in the long run? Well, the brand followers of today are prime candidates for becoming customers tomorrow. At the moment, it is very hard to get a Tesla for under $100,000 and wait less than 12 months for it. But a few years down the road, this will change. And at that time, Elon Musk's 23 million Twitter followers will become potential customers of Tesla's cars and renewable energy products. Alright, number 3. Every post, every mention of Tesla in the news, every retweet of Elon Musk's Twitter account, every cameo is free marketing exposure for Tesla. Because Elon Musk and Tesla are so ingrained in people's minds, it is fair to say that almost all of the publicity he generates benefits the company. Tesla's ad spending budget is $0 per year. And yet, the company's presence in the news and on the web is stronger than the firms that are spending $500 million per year. Very often, such media exposure serves as brand introduction in front of completely new audiences, an extremely expensive endeavor in regular circumstances. And finally, number 4. Elon Musk has become a master in diverting public and investors' attention from problematic areas of Tesla's business to the newest fascinating story he comes up with. Here is an example. In the midst of the Model 3 production hell of 2017, Elon Musk launched his Tesla Roadster into space, and this immediately changed the negative perception of the company's problems. During that time, he said, "If we are able to launch a Tesla Roadster into orbit, I am pretty sure we will also be able to solve the Model 3 production hell we are facing right now." The whole idea to launch a Roadster on top of a SpaceX rocket was called the most amazing PR stunt of the century. A master move by Mr. Musk, shifting attention from problematic areas and focusing it toward the greatest asset of the two companies he runs, their immense technological potential. At a time when investors needed him to be strong, he delivered his best and protected the company's stock price from plunging, which eventually helped Tesla raise cash on the secondary stock market in order to finance its cash-hungry operations. Elon Musk is a textbook example, and probably the best one the world has seen so far, of how publicity and storytelling, when done right, can be the strongest asset a company has.